Hello, I'm Sophie from Prospology. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to be running down my top 5 medical writing projects. So I don't do a huge amount of writing myself, but I was a freelance medical writer before I became a coach for that. Mostly I spend my time managing and coaching other medical writers, but I do occasionally get to do some writing myself, and these are my favorite projects that I love to do. Firstly, I love editorials. I love interviewing experts on a certain topic, whether it be medical experts or patients who have experienced a condition, or a representative from a patient support group, or a KOL, or somebody who is very knowledgeable about a particular subject area, picking their brains, pulling all of that together to make it an interesting story with a dramatic feel to it, or the undertone of a certain product or a technique or therapy that we are trying to highlight or educate people on. I really love that challenge of the storytelling combined with the accuracy of reflecting the people's stories or quotes, and also then the underlying, what is this for? What is the intended action that needs to be taken after people read this? So that is my favorite. These are all kind of, it's not really in order, but I love all of these as well. Video scripts is something that I really enjoy working on, especially when there is a whole production team and there's different castings for different characters, and we have a lot of creative freedom in how we portray the characters, the storytelling, the visual element of it, and how we kind of interact with the learner, and just, really tapping into that experience that the person is having when they're watching the video and interacting with the video. I find that really enjoyable. I love having to consider all these different factors and having a particular audience and key takeaway in mind. Another writing project that I love working on is continuing education. In particular, I love making modules for sales representatives or MSLs or anyone who needs to understand a product or a topic really, really well. I love thinking about how everything will flow together, how to convey different types of information in creative ways, and just packaging everything together and seeing it all come together as a final product. It's really, really good fun to work on, and it never gets old. And number 4 is promotional videos. So quite different from the video scripts, because in this sense, it's when there's a brand that needs to come through, or there's an overarching message about something like a new development or a particular service or product or an offering, something that has a commercial aspect to it, where we're trying to convey something very, very succinctly and clearly and be very engaging and very interesting, but within a very short time frame, usually with some kind of animation or visual component to it as well. So really, really good fun working on those. And then lastly, this is a pretty big one, but I love covering symposiums. So when groups of writers, physicians have gathered to be educated on something, and there have been interactive workshops, or there have been sessions or discussions or presentations, then it's summarizing the key learnings from those presentations in infographics or white papers or handouts or whatever it might be. Quite broad, but I really love that process of repurposing content, capturing the key elements, and making sure that the learner has actually absorbed all of the information and is able to have a practical application of it. So these are my favorite medical writing projects. I would love to hear about yours, or if you have any questions about what it's like being a freelance medical writer or my own experience, don't hesitate to reach out or leave a comment below.